So how we identify living things? If you have a dead body here in front of you, so this is me. So do I have a life? Do I have a life? Anyone can answer me? Am I living?
Yes.
Yeah, I am living. So if there's a dead body,
Yes.
yeah, if there's a dead body in front of me, in front of me, in front of me, what are the differences between me and that? So then you can easily find the answer for what is life. What are the differences? What are the differences between me and that particular dead body? Let me ask. Dulina, what are the differences? We always discuss today, right? Dulina, can you tell me a difference between me and that dead body? Behind told one actually, he is correct. Growth. Yeah, I can grow. That dead body cannot grow. Right. Then Dulina, do you have any ideas? පුතාට මොන හරි අදහසක් තියෙනවද? Okay. Then Galaxy A50. I think what is the name?
Netaya.
Netaya. Okay, Pute, Netaya.
You are talking. The dead body is not talking.
Okay, that is also correct. So simply, the talking is a movement, right? So during talking, what happens? My mouth is moving, right? Not only the mouth, simply mouth. So yeah, so it's a motion to some extent. So I can move, but that dead body cannot move, right? Move means change of position. Move means change of position. Now here you have an object here, right? Sorry, it's a bone, and if it change its position, කියන තැන වෙනස් කරනවා, right? Change of position. We call that as a motion or movement. Yes, living things can move, but non-living things cannot move. Good, we got another property. Now we have two, growth and movement, right? Then after that, Geet, can you tell me Pute, another difference? තව වෙනසක් කියන්න පුළුවන්ද පුතාට? Okay. And Lisandi, did I talk with you? No. Lisandi, can you hear me, Pute? Okay. Then Nehan, you tell me, Pute. Nehan, can you tell me another difference? මොකක් හරි difference එකක් මතක් වෙනවද? Right, it's okay. Let me help you. That is good, Pute. When I ask a question,
Respiration.
Respiration. Yeah, that is also another good difference. හුස්ම ගන්නවා නේද? I do the respiration like that. Breathe in and breathe out. So inhale and exhale, right? So I do the respiration. Yes, මම හුස්ම ගන්නවා. Respiration කරනවා. That is another property. So now we told three properties, right? First one was growth, that is told by behave, and the second one was moving or movement, that is told by how the Pute movement කියන property එක කිව්වේ. පුතාලා ඉදහසේ කතා කරනවද? මම මොකක් හරි අහුවම උත්තර දෙන්න. Movement කියන property. Netaya told that one. Okay. Then what is the third one now? තුන්වෙනි එක පුතාව නේද?
Respiration.
Respiration. Yes, very good. මට වඩා පුතාලගේ මතක හොඳයි. And the first one was growth, second one movement, third one respiration. So three properties. You already have three properties. So I have those three properties, but that particular dead body don't have those three properties. So I have a life, that one don't have a life. So simply the idea for there are some features, some characters known as living characters. Living characters කියලා જાතියක් තියෙනවා. If a particular thing can show all those living characters, we consider that as living. ඒ කියන්නේ living characters ඔක්කොම පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් නම් අපි යාලට living කියලා කියනවා. Living characters පෙන්වන්න බැරි නම් අපි non living කියලා කියනවා. Right? So life means ability to show the living characters. Ability to show the living characters. Living characters පෙන්වන එක. Living characters පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් වීම. That's what we call as life. Right today. So now we know 3 living characters, right? So starting from the bottom, Satsara, can you tell me those 3 living characters again? The 3 living characters we learned.
Plant.
Yes, Pute, tell it again.
Plants.
Plants living characters පෙන්නනවා පුතේ. Plant කියන්නේ ගස්නේ. Gas living characters පෙන්නනවා. But it's not a living character. ඒක living character එකක් නෙවෙයි. Plant කියන්නේ living characters පෙන්නන එක්කෙනෙක්. ගහ. නේද? It is living. It can show living characters. මම ඇහුවේ පුතේ ඒක නෙවෙයි. මම ඇහුවේ අපි දැනට පන්තියේ living characters 3ක් කතා කරා. මම අහන්නේ මොනවද living characters 3 කියලා. සත්සර. අනිත් එක පුතේ මේ අහන්න මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහුවාම ඒකේ උත්තරේ දන්නේ නැතිවීම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක තමයි ඊළඟට. හොඳයි. So if you don't know the answer, it's not a problem, right? But you should unmute.
Movement.
Yeah, movement.
Movement.
Okay, Pute, movement.
Respiration.
Respiration, yes.
Movement.
Yeah, and the first one was growth, right, Pute? First one was growth. අපි කතා කරපු මුල්ම living creature එක growth. Then the second one movement. Third one respiration, right? Those are the living properties we discussed. හරි පුතේ. පළවෙනි දවස නිසා මේකත් අහගන්නකො. මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහුවාම පුතාට ඒ ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තරයක් දන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක පළවෙනියෙන්ම තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? Because what we do here is learning. Therefore, if you don't know the answer, that is 100% okay with me, right? But in online class, you should help me in this way. If you don't know the answer, please unmute your mic and tell it to me. I am not sure. Like that, you can tell it to me. Because if not, I don't know what's happening there, right? So therefore, you can tell it to me. Then it's okay. I'll help you to learn. Because this is a class, so we are learning. So you have the things you don't know. That's why you're here. So it's not a problem. What you have to do is help me in that way to teach you that, right? මට ඒක ඔයාලට උගන්වන්න ඔයා මට උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ. මයික් එක අන්මියුට් කරලා මතක නැත්තම් ෂුවර් නැත්තම් ආන්සර් එක ඒක මට කියන්න ඕනේ ඔයා. නැත්තම් මම දන්නේ කමියුනිකේෂන් ෆෝල්ට් එකක්ද නැත්තම් ඇත්තටම පුතා ඒකට උත්තරේ දන්නේ නැති නිසා නිශ්ශබ්ද වෙනවාද කියන එක මම දන්නේ නැති නිසා, right? මම පළවෙනි දවස දෙමව්පියෝ දකින්න නැති ඒක මම නම් කළේ orientation and introduction to first lesson කියලා. ඒකට හේතුව successful online class එකකදී පුතාලා ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන පොඩි දේවල් ටිකක් තියෙනවා, right? ඒ නිසා තමයි මම ඒකෙම දැම්මේ. ඒක අද විතරයි මේ පොඩි දේවල් කියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ ආයි ඒක ගැන කතාවක් නැහැ. Simply yeah, so you should know these things. Okay, back to the lesson again. Pute. In this lesson, we learn about living things, right? So that means there are non-living things also. So in your surrounding, there are living things, there are non-living things, right, Pute? So in this lesson, we are going to learn about living things. So the first thing is to separate living things from non-living things, right? And what you should understand, your environment contains both living things and non-living things, right, Pute? Okay. Now we call those as components in the environment. I mean the things contained in a particular environment, we call those as components in the environment. කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි environment එකක තියෙන දේවල් වලට අපි කියනවා components in the environment. ඒ environment එකේ තියෙන components කියලා. Right, Pute? Yeah. So now we are going to discuss about some of those components. Let me help you. Okay, I hope you can see this photograph here, right? I hope you can see this photograph here. Now we can consider this as an environment. This is an environment. Simply the environment means your surrounding. Environment means your surrounding. ඔයා ඉන්න තැන කොහෙද? ඒ ඉන්න තැන ඔයාගේ වටේ තියෙන දේවල් වලට environment එක කියලා කියනවා. If you learn in Sinhala medium from 1 to 6, අප අවට පරිසරයේ වටපිටාවයි. එහෙමනේ කියන්නේ පරිසරයේ පාඩම. අප අවට වටපිටාව පරිසරය. In English, environment is our surrounding, including us. Environment is our surrounding, including us. තමන් ඇතුළුව තමන්ගේ වටපිටාවේ තියෙන දේවල් වලට environment කියලා කියනවා. So environment is our surrounding, including us. Now also you live in an environment. අපි හැම වෙලාවකම ඉන්නේ මොකක් හරි environment එකක, right? Now Sinanga, can you tell me today? Now what is your environment now at this moment? මේ වෙලාවේ ඔයාගේ environment එක මොකක්ද? Sinanga, මේ වෙලාවේ ඔයා ඉන්න environment එක මොකක්ද? So I'm in my classroom. This is my environment, right? Sinanga පුතා, දුර ඔයාගේ environment එක මොකක්ද මේ වෙලාවේ? Maybe your house, mostly. You can tell it as your house. So you live in your house. So house is your environment at this moment. If you go to a forest, then the forest is your environment. If you go to the village become your environment. If you go to a lake or a reservoir, that lake become your environment. So the place where you live and that surrounding, that's what we call as environment. ඔයා යන්නේ කොහෙද පුතේ? ඒ යන තැන වටපිටාවට අපි environment කියලා කියනවා. So all together, please memorize this sentence. Environment. Environment is our surrounding, including us. And that environment contains both living things and non-living things. That environment contains both living things and non-living things. Environment වල living දේවලුත් තියෙනවා, non-living දේවලුත් තියෙනවා. Right? Okay, Buddha. Now, what is environment? If I ask that question from Pansilu, can you tell me, Buddha, what is environment? I'll help you. But you have to tell me. Okay, what is environment? Here you have the sentence. What is environment, Buddha? Pansilu, tell me. Pansilu පුතා කියන්නකො environment කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. Pansilu මම උදව් කරන්නම් පුතේ. බලලා කියන්නේ environment කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. මේ තියෙනවා. Okay, no reply from that side. There are 4 messages there කියලා තියෙනවා. මෙන්න බලන්න. Sir, I can't hear or see you. Okay, පුතේ.
No, I can.
Okay, පුතේ. Okay. That's good. So I'm okay, Pansilu. I think you are going to answer me. Okay, Dihen, can you answer me? I can't hear Pansilu, I think. Dihen, what is environment?
Environment loving us.
Yeah, environment is our surrounding, including us. Environment is consist with living things and non-living things. Environment එකක living things තියෙනවා, ඒ වගේම non-living things තියෙනවා. Right? So here are some examples for different environments, right? Water bodies, houses, plants, forests, reservoirs, village, town, like that. There are unlimited number of examples for different environments. All those are environments, and those environments contain different things. Different things. We call those as components. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ එක එක environment වල එක එක දේවල් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒ තියෙන දේවල් වලට components කියලා කියනවා. Right? Components කියලා කියනවා. So පුතේ in your textbook there are different environments. Here you have some different environments. ඔයාගේ textbook එකේ first page එකේ environments කීපයකට examples දීලා තියෙනවා. So I am going to ask, right? Again I am going to ask from Dulina. Dulina, can you hear me today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Then Dulina, can you tell me a name for this particular environment? Suitable name for this environment, because different environments have different names. Now, can you tell me a name for this environment?
Urban area, rural area.
Okay, okay, yeah. So let's consider this as a urban area. This one, right? This one as a urban area. Yeah, urban area or town environment. Town environment. Then in this town environment, it contains different components. Different components. So can you tell me those components by looking at this picture, this drawing? Dulina. Dulina පුළුවන්ද මේ picture එක දිහා බලලා ඒකේ තියෙන components කියන්න?
Vehicles.
Sorry පුතේ. Sorry පුතේ tell it again.
Vehicles.
Okay, vehicles are there. Good.
Buildings.
Buildings are there. Yes.
Shops.
Sorry.
Shops.
Okay, shops are there. Then.
People.
Okay, different people, humans are there. Then. Okay, there's a smoke here, right? There's a smoke somewhere here. Okay, very good. So those are the components. So what you should understand, those components can divide into two, as living and non-living, right? As living and non-living. Now you know how to identify living and non-living. We can discuss that more details about that later. Living, non-living, when karagane kohomada kiyala more details passe kiyawa. But generally I know you can separate living and non-living. So my next question, that is goes to Galaxy A50. Sorry about the name, Galaxy A50. You tell me what are the living things in this particular environment?
People.
Yeah, people, human.
Yeah.
So that is the only living thing, no? I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only living thing. Then what are the non-living things here?
Vehicles. Buildings.
Yeah.
Factory.
Okay. Yeah, very good. So those are the non-living things in this urban environment or a town environment. Right, very good. Then the next environment, that is to Geet. Geet tamawa ඇහෙනවද පුතේ? Geet tamawa ඇහෙනවද? Geet කතා කරමු පුතේ. ක්ලාස් එකෙන් උපරිම අවුට්පුට් එකක් ගන්න නම් පුතා කතා කරන්න ඕනේ මගෙත් එක්ක. පුතාට මම ඇහෙනවා කියලා මට තියෙන පේන දේවල් උඩ නම් පුතාව ඇහෙනවා. පුතාට මම ඇහෙනවා. පුතා අන්මියුට් කරලා කතා කරන්න බලන්න. Okay, Geet. Okay, very good. හොඳයි. Geet තමාව ඇහෙනවා. Now Geet, tell me a suitable name for this particular environment. මේ environment එකට ගැළපෙන නමක් කියන්න Geet මට. පුතාට හිතෙන ඕනම දෙයක් කියන්න. කතා කරන්න. Yes, Geet.
Shall I tell?
Pansilo, yes, I'll give you the chance today, right?
Village environment.
Okay, yeah, village environment. So Pansilo, yes, we call this environment as a village environment. Environment ekata api village environment activity, right? Then Geet, can you tell me today what are the components in this environment? මේ environment එකේ තියෙන components මොනවද? තියෙන දේවල් මම උදව් කරන්නම් පුතාට. මේ environment එකේ තියෙන දේවල් මොනවද? මේ රූපේ දිහා බලලා කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. මේ මොනවද මේ මොනවද මේ මොනවද කියලා. Okay. Then after that, Pansilu, can you tell me the components in this environment? මේ environment එකේ තියෙන components පුතාට කියන්න පුළුවන්. Pansilu?
Yes, Gurutama.
Yes, Kude. Tell me what are the components in this environment? මේ environment එකේ තියෙන components මොනවද? තියෙන දේවල් මොනවද? You can tell anything. මේ තියෙන ඕනම දෙයක් කියත හැකියි. English term එක ඔයාලට මතක නැත්තම් සිංහලෙන් හරි කියන්න.
A farm.
Sorry?
A farm.
Okay, there's a farm. Okay.
A cow.
Okay. Here you have the cow. Then?
A bird.
Okay, there's a bird. And what about this plant? Yeah, there are plants, no? Yeah. Then after that, what is this? It's a river, right? It's not huge as a river. However, we can consider. And here you have a temple,
Yeah.
right? So like that, there are different components. So we call those as
Two
components. Sorry, Bude?
2 trees.
Yeah, there are 2 trees here, and here you have a cart also, right? So like that, there
2
are
men.
yeah, 2 humans, 2 persons. Then yeah, those are the components in this environment, right? So those components can divide into 2.
A hut.
Yeah, a hut is also there. Then that's enough. Then the components in this environment can divide into 2 as living and non-living. Can divide into 2 as living and non-living. So I'm going to ask from Lisandi. Lisandi පුතාට මාව ඇහෙනවද? Lisandi මාව ඇහෙනවද? Lisandi, can you hear me, Pute? Right. Then Nehan Perera. You tell me, Pute. Those components can divide into 2, right? What are the 2 parts? As I told you previously, components in this environment can divide into 2. What are the 2 parts?
Living and non-living.
Very good. Then what are the living things, Pute? In this environment, what are the living things you have? My environment එකේ තියෙන living things මොනවද?
People, a cow, and a bird.
Okay. Then what about that tree? Is it living or non-living? These trees, plants?
These trees are living.
Yeah, they are also living. They are also living. Yes, they are living. I'll explain you why they are living. Right, very good. Then Pute, you also tell me what are the non-living things in this environment? Nehan, what are the non? Yeah, heart. Okay, it's non-living.
Temples,
Okay, temple. That is non-living.
sir, are mountains living?
No, when the word mountain, yeah, that is non-living. There are trees, so many other living things. So, however, yeah, we can consider that as non-living. Yeah, good. So those are the non-living things. Then after that,
Yes.
Akitmi, right? Akitmi. I hope you can hear me now. Akitmi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Then can you give a suitable name for this environment? This is also an environment. So environment is our surrounding, including us. Then this is an environment. Can you tell me a suitable name for this environment?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
First
The
environment.
forest.
Yeah, forest environment. Forest pute. On our way, I'll ask from you. Meanwhile, Akitmi, it is a forest.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a forest. Now in this forest environment today, there are different components. It is made up with different components, different things. So can you tell me some of those components in this environment? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me.
There is a lake.
Yeah, trees are there.
There is a lake.
Yeah, there's a lake.
Birds.
Okay.
Animals.
Yeah.
Animals.
Yeah, you can tell those.
Flowers.
Okay, flowers are there. Elephant, deer,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Then.
Tree.
Yeah, trees are there. What are these are? Yeah.
Yeah. Bushes.
Yeah.
Tree.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Yes.
Butterflies.
Yeah. And flowers, right? So many things are there. Okay, very good. Put. Now, from those components, some are living and some are non-living, right? So, so I am passing the question to the next one. That is Onara. Onara, you tell me, Pute, what are the living things in this environment? There are so many living things.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
Monkeys. Flowers. Deers.
Mhm.
Elephants.
Mhm.
Birds.
Mhm.
Squirrels.
Mhm.
Lily pads. And trees.
Yeah, very good. So those are the living components. Those are the living components in this particular environment. Right. So what are the non-living things? So here you can see the living components are little higher than the other environment because this is a forest and it contains, actually it's a living world, right? So it contains so many living components. So what are the non-living components here on our?
Vines and mountain.
Okay, soil, water, they are non-living, right, Pute?
Okay.
Then Pute, Sinanga, can you give a suitable name for this environment? This is also another different environment. So we learned about 3 different environments now. This is the 4th one, right? So can you give a suitable name for this one?
A beach.
Okay, it's a beach, yeah. So what are the components in that environment, Pute? In that beach environment?
Men.
Okay, yeah.
Boats.
Okay, there's a boat. And what about this?
Birds.
Yeah, birds. These things.
Clouds.
Yeah, clouds are there. What about this one?
Ship.
Yeah, it's a ship. And here you have sand, no? Sand. What about this one?
Rock.
Yeah, it's a rock. This one?
Coconut tree.
Yeah, so those are the components in that particular environment. Okay, those components, Sinanga, can divide into 2 as living and non-living. So, can you tell me the non-living things here? Non-living components in this environment?
Boats.
This one? Sand, it is non-living, no? Rocks, non-living. Ship, non-living. Clouds, non-living. Right? They are the non-living things. And then I am passing the question to Satsara. Satsara Puta,
Sir.
yeah. Yeah. Satsara, you tell me, Pute, Satsara, what are the living things in this environment? Living components in this environment?
Fisherman.
Sorry?
Fisherman.
Sorry, Pute, I didn't hear that clearly.
Fisherman.
Fisherman. Okay, fisherman.
Coconut tree.
Okay, coconut tree. Very good. And this one?
Bird.
Birds. Yeah. So those are the living components in this environment. Very good. Okay. Now let me tell you a summary. What we learned till here. As a summary, till here, what we learned was what is environment, right? Definition for environment. Environment එක කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. Environment is our surrounding including us. Environment එක කියන්නේ ඔයා ඉන්න තැන කොහෙද? එතන වටපිටාව. ඔයා ඇතුළේ ඔයාගේ වටපිටාව. And the second point we learned, different environments consist with different components. එක එක environment වල තියෙන්නේ එක එක component. That is the second thing we learned. And the third thing we learned, components in an environment can mainly divide into two categories. Environment එක තියෙන component කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදන්න පුළුවන්. That is the third thing we learned. What are those two parts, two categories? Living and non-living. Some components in an environment they are living. Some components in an environment they are non-living. Right? Then hereafter you are going to learn how we separate living things and non-living things. As I explained you previously at the beginning of the class, there are something called as living properties, living characters. Living characters කියලා જાතියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ living characters පෙන්නන අය living කියලා කියනවා. Living characters පෙන්නන්නේ නැති අය non-living කියලා කියනවා. Right පුතේ? So living characters පෙන්නනවා නම් living characters පෙන්නන්නේ නැත්නම් non-living. Right? So what are the living characters? That is the next interesting thing. You already told me 3. ඔයා දැනටත් මට living characters 3ක් කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔයාලා මට කිව්වා. ඔයාලා මට කියලා දුන්නා. Right? First living character. කාටද දැන් මතක? ඒකේ first living character එක ඔන්න anyone can tell me.
Growth.
Very good.
Growth.
Very good. Growth is the first living character. Then what is the second living character, Pute? Second living character.
Movement.
Movement. Yes. So movement is the second living character. Very good. Then what is the third living character? Anyone can tell me?
Respiration.
Respiration. So respiration is the third living character. Very good. So those are the 3 living characters we learned till here. And there are many more. There are other living characters also. Let me tell you the fourth one. Fourth living character is nutrition. Right? Fourth living character is the nutrition. හතරවෙනි living character එක nutrition. Right? මට ආරංචි අපේ කවුද so you can see the whiteboard now I hope මට ආරංචි අපේ කවුද ඔනාර කන්න ගියාම මේ වගේ ලොකු බත් එකක් කනවා right මූණ පේන්නේ නැහැ මේසේ වගේ right පුතේ so here's the different actually they are also components right however there are different things and it's a huge plate right so this is nutrition right this is nutrition satisfying the food requirement right khana එක යම nutrition කියන්නේ නේද khane so you eat different things that's what we call as nutrition දැන් මේ යන්නේ උනාරෝ එතකොට හොඳයි මම දැකලත් නැහැ කොල්ලා so however that is nutrition satisfying your food requirement eating that is the fourth living character now we learn about 4 living characters right 4 living characters so what is the first one again first one
Growth.
second one movement
Respiration.
respiration
Nutrition.
yeah very good. Yeah and then we are going to learn about the fifth living character and the last one right that is reproduction right reproduction now imagine think about a cat right so ability to produce new organisms. That's what we call as reproduction. දැන් පුතාලගේ ගෙදර පූසු අඳින්න බෑ කියලා මම
Excuse me,
කල්පනා
sir.
කරා. Yes, Uday?
Excuse me, sir. What does organism mean?
That is a similar word for, okay, you can tell it as both, there's a word used for both plant and animals, right? Living things, right? Organisms
Right.
is one word we use for all the living things, right? That word includes plants, animals, and even microorganisms. You know, there's another category as microorganisms. I'll explain that later. They are also. So basically, it's a one word used for all living things, right? For that. Okay, very good. Ask questions for that. Very good. So, however, I am going to do humans, right? Humans, and ability to produce offsprings, right? So that's what we call as reproduction. Now, for that, living things have 4 characters, right? 4 characters. Now you know all the living characters, not 4, 5, sorry, 5 living characters. So can you tell me the 5 living characters again, starting from the first one? Yeah, what is the first one for that?
Grow.
Growth. Second one?
Movement.
Movement.
Yeah. Third one?
Respiration.
Respiration. Very good. Fourth one?
Nutrition.
Nutrition.
Yeah, very good. And the next one? Fifth one?
Reproduction.
Yeah, reproduction. Very good. So those are the different living characters, right? So ability to show all those living characters, that's what we call as life, right? So the things which has the ability to show all those living characters, they are living. Well, living characters tika okkoma pennanawa na living. Penna natham non-living. Right today? Okay. Okay. Now we are going to discuss more details about that each category, right? එක එක category එක ගැන වෙනම details කතා කරන්න යන්නේ මම. Before discuss that, I am going to give you a 5-minute interval. Now there are some students who just came now, right? They have to stay. Then others can have a 5-minute interval. If you want, you can log out, or else you can stay here. However, you should get the interval. That means just go out and drink some water and come. As they go because this is the monitor. So you need the rest, right? So have a 5-minute interval and come, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, right? Okay, Budhe. So we are going to start the class. Okay, so let me give you a summary about the class again, right? We were learning about living world, right? And firstly, I explained about environment. Environment is our surrounding, including us. Environment කියන්නේ අපේ වටපිටාව, තමන් ඇතුළු තමන්ගේ වටපිටාව. Then after that, different environments contain different components, and there are different examples for different environments also. There are examples for different environments. Forest, lake, river, village, town, beach. They are different examples for environment. And Pute, right Pute? Then after that, I was explaining about different environments contain different components, right? Different environments contain different components. So we learned about those components, and I told you components in an environment can divide mainly into 2. Environment එක තියෙන components කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කිව්වා. So what are the 2 parts? Living and non-living, right? Then we learn how to separate living things from non-living things, right? So there are 5 characters which we can use to separate living things from non-living things, right? Living things, non-living things separate කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා ඊට පස්සේ අපි කතා කරා. Living, non-living separate කරන්නේ living characters වලින් කියලා මම කිව්වා. Living characters තියෙන ඒවා living කියලා කිව්වා. Living characters නැති ඒවා non-living කියලා කිව්වා. Right? That's what we learned till here. Then hereafter, I want to tell one thing important. Living things are of 3 types. Mainly are of 3 types. Right? So let me show you the 3 types. Right? Right? Look at the board for that. Living things can divide mainly into 3. Right? Living things can so living things can divide into 3. Right? Living things can divide mainly into 3 parts. So what are the 3 parts? First one, animals. And then we have the plants. Very good.
Plants.
Microorganisms.
Very good. Then we have the microorganisms. Right? Microorganisms. So these are the 3 types.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, for that.
What are microorganisms?
Yeah, I am going to explain.
I know what are organisms.
Yes, I wrote it as 2 to explain, right? I'll explain. 1 second, please, for that, right? So there are 3 types of living things, right? What are the 3 types? Animals, plants, and microorganisms. Right, for that. So animals, right? Okay, first of all, what is the difference between plant and animals? So you know, I know you can identify plants and animals, but how? What is the difference between plants and animals? How you separate plant? Am I a plant or animal? Mom plant එකක්ද animal කෙනෙක්ද?
Animal.
Yeah, I am animal.
Animal.
Yeah, I am animal. Right? In science, human are also belongs to the category of animals. So we are animals, right? Set of animals. Then this becomes true. Okay. So however, we are animals, right? We are animals. And what is the difference between plants and animals? මොකද්ද plants like animals like අතර තියෙන වෙනස? Then why
Animals have legs, but plants don't have legs.
That is also a fine difference. Okay, fine. Any other? අපිට කකුල් තියනවලු.
Sir, plants cannot move, animals can move.
Okay. There are things to explain, right? Fine. Okay, let's see. I'll comment about that later, that movement, right? Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you the real reason. In science, we become animals, right? Because we cannot produce our own food. That is the reason. That is the real reason for this. අපිටම කියලා කෑම හදාගන්න බෑ. අපි ඉල්ලන් කන අය, right? So that means that we can't produce our own food.
Excuse me, sir. What does produce mean?
Produce means හදනවා. අපිට කියලා හදනවා කියන වචනේට වඩා හොඳයි නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා, right? අපිටම කියලා කෑම නිෂ්පාදනය කරගන්න බෑ. පුළුවන් නම් අපි හදන කෑමක් කියන්නේ මම පන්ති කරන එක නවත්තනවා. Yes. අපි හදන කෑමක් කියනවා. අපි
Pasta.
Sorry for that.
Pasta.
Pasta, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it is, yeah, mostly it may made up with wheat flour. Wheat flour. Wheat flour, wheat flour කියන්නේ තිරුගු පිටි. Right? It's a plant. Wheat is a plant. Right? What we do is we just cook it. That's all. It is produced by a plant. Wheat flour කියන්නේ wheat කියන්නේ ගහක්, තිරිඟු ගහක්. ඒතර තිරිඟු ගහෙන් හදපු දෙයක් තමයි අපි ඒ කන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ඒක එකට මෙහෙට වෙනස් කරලා තියෙන බව ඇත්තයි. But we didn't produce it. We just prepare it. Got the idea මොනාර? මං කියපු එක තේරුණා පුතේ?
What did you say, sir?
I told පුතේ it is made up with wheat, right? Wheat flour. තිරිඟු පිටි වලින් හදන්නේ.
Okay.
Right? So wheat flour is taken from a plant, right? Pude?
Yes.
Yeah. So any food we eat, it is originally produced by a plant. Others can also try. Anita try karanna puluwan. Right? Pude? What about bread? Pang hadenne gassawada? No, it is made up with wheat flour. So wheat is taken from a plant. So likewise, Pude, then now you can understand how plants are important, right? Any food we eat, directly or indirectly related to a plant, because only plants has the ability to produce food. Pude me earth එකේ කෑම හදන්න පුළුවන්. කියන්නේ prepare නෙවෙයි, හොඳේ produce හදන්න, නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්න, right? Manufacture කරන්න. Only ability that ability only has for plants, right? මේ ලෝකේ කෑම හදන්න පුළුවන් ගස් වලට විතරයි. Produce කරන්න පුළුවන්, manufacture කරන්න පුළුවන් ගස් වලට විතරයි. We take them, all the animals, right? All the animals take that food and process them in different ways. That's true. But we can't produce. අපිට හදන්න බෑ, right? So that's why we become animals. In science, that's why we as animals. So animals cannot produce their own food. තමන්ගේම කෑම හදන්න බෑ. හදන්න බැරි නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ animals. Organisms who can produce their own food, they are the plants. Right? They are the plants. So අර පුතෙක් අහුවා organism කියන වචනේ මේ ඔක්කොම organism ලා. Right? Plants, animals, plants and microorganisms. All are organisms. Right, Pude? May occur organism. Right, Pude? Now, animals, they can produce their own food. They are the animals. Plants, they cannot produce their own food. Sorry, mistake. Animals cannot produce their own food. තමන්ගේම කෑම හදන්න බැරි නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ animals ලා. Plants can produce their own food. තමන්ගේම කෑම හදන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ plants, right? Then microorganisms. Who are microorganisms? Microorganisms are the organisms you cannot observe with your naked eye, right? Microorganisms are the organisms you cannot observe with your naked eye. They are opposite. Even your whole body, this skin, this is completely covered with microorganisms. Yes, Puti.
What's the naked eye, sir?
Yeah, very good question. Very good, Pude. Naked eye means now I am looking at you with eyes where these glasses. So it's not the naked eye. Naked eye means eye without any other vision aids, right? Mukutma vision aids නැති තනි ඇහැ, right? Now you looking at me with your naked eye, but I am looking at you with not my naked eye because I am wearing these glasses. Naked eye means just the eye. Naked eye means just the eye. يعني නිකම්ම නිකන් ඇහැ. වෙන මොකක්වත් supports නැති තනි නිකම්ම ඇහැ. That's the naked eye. Right, Pude? So that's the thing. Okay. Now let me show you some examples, right? Now you may have not seen these animals before, right? Let's try to see some of them. hope you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, this is a microorganism. You can't see this with your naked eye, right? We call this as paramecium, and it is moving. You can see the movement of paramecium in this video clearly, right, Pute? So that is paramecium. Let me show you another video. Look at this one, Chlamydomonas. These are also microorganisms. You can't see them with your naked eye, never, right? These are the photographs taken with the aid of a microscope, electron microscope. Actually, it may be a light microscope. So this is Chlamydomonas. We call this as Chlamydomonas, right? Microorganisms. Then let me show you another one. Have you ever heard about amoeba? No. Amoeba is another type of microorganism. And this is interesting. This is also amoeba, and amoeba is a paramecium. Microscopic world. It's another different world. This is amoeba, right? And this one is a paramecium, right? So you can see amoeba is eating the paramecium. So it's interesting, right? You can't see these things with your naked eye. So you can see magnified 400 times using a light microscope.
I have a microscope.
Okay, very good, Pute. So yeah, you can see that amoeba is engulfing that paramecium. So these are microorganisms. So you can't observe these organisms with your naked eye, and this is how amoeba flows. This is amoeba. Amoeba can move from one place to another, right? Amoeba can move from one place to another. These are real diagrams. You can see it's 50 micrometer, the size of this amoeba. You can understand that later about that size. However, this is amoeba, right? So simply what I want to explain, they are microorganisms. They are microorganisms. That's what I want to explain. Okay, Bodhi, I think that's enough, right? That's enough for today. Let me explain. Now today, as a summary, we learned about what is environment, an example for different environment, and the components in different environment, and how to differentiate living from non-living. That's what we learned today. And finally about 3 types of living things: animals, plants, and microorganisms. Pute, ada dawase api environment කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා කතා කරා. ඊට පස්සේ environment වල තියෙන environment වලට examples කතා කරා. ඊට පස්සේ environments වලට environments වල තියෙන ඒ කියන්නේ different components කතා කළා. ඒ components living non-living කියලා divide කරා. That's what we did today. Today I hope you understood the lesson. So I want to ask from all of you, starting from Dihen. Dihen, do you have any questions about today?
What, sir?
Do you have any questions related to the lesson today? Ada dawase පාඩමේ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? නැහැ. Okay. Then Dulina, do you have any questions today? Okay. Then Lisandi, do you have questions? Okay. Nehan, do you have any questions today related to today? Nehan Perera. Okay, Pute. Akif, me, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I understood.
Okay, very good. Onara, do you have any questions? Onara?
No, sir, but did you know that humans are related to monkeys?
Yes, Pute, humans are related to monkeys. Not only monkeys. We, in long term, we related to fish also, right? I'll explain that later. Yeah, we are related to monkeys. We are related to monkeys. Even today, you have some part of that tail monkeys have. Okay, Pute? Then, Pansilu, do you have any questions related to this?
No, sir.
Okay. Sinanga, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I'm not sure with the others because I think they joined late. I don't know. So, yeah. So they can call me and ask for me the video and all those things. All of you must send me a message. Even especially parents, you should send me a message in WhatsApp privately about telling the class how it feels, what are the adjustments you need, what are the challenges you face, like that. You can message me in any medium, and please resolve all those questions. I am here to help you. Maybe the replies, one second, please put it. Maybe the replies little late, but however, I surely read all messages and reply. Right. So then that's all. Have a very nice week. I'll inform the other details about the class later. In your, yes, Pute. Yes.
Why do we can't see the microorganisms by the naked eye?
Very good. That is because Pute, they are very tiny. They are very small. That's why we can't see them, right? You know, imagine about something like this. You can see a pencil very easily. Then what about a pin, small pin? You can see it, but it's little hard. When it becomes smaller and smaller, it's very hard to observe, right? That is the reason. You can't observe microorganisms because they are very small, very tiny. That is the reason, right? Okay. Have a very nice week. I'll send you the note to the WhatsApp group. Right, Pute? Bye. Have a very nice week.
God bless you, sir.
Pute.
Thank you, sir.
Pute.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, Pute.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay, Pute. So I'm ending the meeting for all. Thank you very much for joining.